Hello, hello. We're using one weight today and give yourself some extra space for those of you just getting ready. As you come to stand up on your feet, I want you to go pretty wide. So wider than your hips here. And you're just gonna start with that idea of shifting your weight side to side. Let that opposite arm travel forward. So you're just gonna let the arms go. Don't overthink it. Let your knees bend and then lift. So we're just gonna start adding that little bounce, 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 bounce. Doing your best to keep your heels on the floor when you bend your knees. Because when those ankles and calves are tight, there'll be a tendency to wanna lift your heels right there. Try to keep them down so we provide the stretch. Last two, and one, come to center. Do my best to get my feet in here. All right, so I just want you to take your right foot and you're just gonna inchworm your toes. Some of you have even done this before for therapy with foot surgery. When you think of being on a towel and you scrunch the towel up with your feet, then we're gonna go back. So it's just that little wave-like effect, trying to move the toes as well as undulate through that arch. Go the other way, back out. So just think, scrunch up those toes and travel. Little inchworm, and then back you go. And we'll get that foot kind of back where we started. So switch to the left and scrunch those toes, moving, traveling, little locomotion with the feet. And then the other way. We have a lot of traveling today. There's your hint here of the theme. Back out. And again, we're trying to do that inchworm effect. It's a little break dance move with our foot. Noticing how one may or may not cooperate just the same as the other. Heading back. This one's a little more stubborn. And then coming back to parallel. My toes are facing you and I'm wider than those hips. All right, so from this place now, I want you to lift your heels off, reach your arms behind you. And then set your heels down, reach your arms to me. Good. Arms back, heels up. Heels down, arms in front. Now our goal here is to ride right through the center of the foot. And when you elevate your heels, come right up onto the space between your first and second toe on the ball of your foot. So what we consider the first ray, right? So we're being really mindful that we're not pronating or supinating, meaning rolling out or in on the foot. So come right up between that first and second toe. Last one. Now stay up there. And then just notice how your body's going to kind of keep adjusting. That's normal and expected. Stay right on that first ray. If you feel yourself rolling in or out, just make those adjustments. And then slowly lower down. Now take a step forward with your right foot and put your left arm in front of you. This is going to be like your walking pattern, right? And so in this, we're going to take the right arm forward and the left knee forward, and then they go right back again. So the right foot stays on the floor the whole time. So we're just moving those arms. As your left knee comes up, your right hand comes forward. Now let's complete the chain of the brain work. You're going to lift that knee, hit it with the opposite hand. And then it goes back. Touch it, goes back. Touch it, goes back. Great. So some of you are going to be like, yeah, that's really helpful, Mandy, because when I touch it, right, it really sends the message to my brain. Sometimes without the touch, it's a little harder for folks. Nice, last two. And stay. Stay right there. Just take the light hand to the leg. Feel how your whole right body is adjusting. Let it do so. Reach your arms to the sides and extend that left leg behind you. You're going to reach that toe back there. Reach, 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 reach. 3, 2, 1. And coming in. Whew, okay. Get on your left leg. Now we're going to lift that right. And can you just take the left hand in front of you? Try not to tap right out of the gate. And then we switch, lift, switch, lift. If your brain is like, no way, Jose, then go ahead and tap. And in a moment, we all will. 2 more. Okay, let's add the tap. So tap, 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 tap. 4, 3, 2, hold. And again, notice I made the comment that my inchworm foot on the left was a little more stubborn. I also find it more difficult to stay stable on that same foot. The foot's a bit more rigid. That's why. Arms out, leg behind. Do your best. If you touch down, you touch down. Nice and long, slide that leg underneath you. Great, you can stay facing me. I'm just gonna turn so that you have a better visual. All right, arms out. We're gonna go right leg behind. Now keep in mind that the left leg is to be working, right? This isn't just, we're not a statue here. We're dynamic because we're humans. Keep that leg lifting a little higher. And now do your best to open your body to the right. Just turning open. And then stand up. Nice job. Take your arms out. Now I'm hoping it's easier in the space you're in because when we're in the room together, we get like drawn into the other people's movement. All right, so we know where we're headed now. We're gonna take the left leg, the other leg, behind you. We were on the right. Okay, left leg, because I turned directions, I messed myself up. So other leg is behind, right? Again, we feel the work. We can move around, have fun with it, stay centered, and then see if you can open to the left. And then come up, standing. All right, so we're gonna go back and forth between those positions. Arms out, right leg is going back. So here's one location. Turn open is the second location. And then stand up, but I'm going right back into that second location, lifting that leg off the floor, and then rotate back where we started. And then come to stand. All right, here we go. Right leg again, same leg. Right leg goes back. Lift it up there. Rotate to the best of your ability. Stay on that left foot. Just lift yourself up, put your right foot down. Now pick that right foot back up, right into that side position. And then turn back to the floor and stand up tall. All right, left side, arms out. Left leg goes back. Turning open and up. Spring back into that side position. Mercy. Lots of wobbling. And then back towards the floor. And up. One more on the left leg. The left leg goes back. And turn open. And stand up. Back into that side balancing position. And then back to the floor. And come up. Woo! Okay, take those shoulders, roll them back. We're just playing with gravity, everybody, right? Those are important skills for us to navigate, because inevitably we're all going to find times in life when we're going down. So we want to put ourselves in all these peculiar situations to let our muscles practice helping us get back upright. Many of you have had experiences, you told me. I left the studio and I misstepped. I took a misstep and then I was still standing and I was like, yes, it's happened. Arms out, let's get some windmills in here a minute. Moving through those shoulders, and then we will continue on. I'm already very sweaty. Probably many of you are, although some of you in the group probably still have a sweatshirt on. Where's Terry Square? I'm looking for her. Oh, she's in a tank top. Holy smokes. Whenever it's full body, the body heat just cranks up. Last one each way, and arms are going out. Take your right knee up and set it down. Take your left knee up, set it down. Can you continue with that and give me more abs? So think of this less of a leg movement, more of the abs lifting the thigh to you. Lift the thigh to you. One more each side. And then lower down. Keep your arms there. Keep them there. All right, big circle around with one and set it back like it's sitting on a shelf. Big circle around, set it back. Big circle around. Last one here. Now soften your knees. Let your chest and eyes follow. So they'll go with your hand. And then I turn and look at the other. And they go with my hand. Look at the other. With my hand. So just getting some rotation there to the neck and mid-back. Last one around. And come to center. Take your arms overhead. Oh, can you? Nice job. All right, from here, we're gonna pitch forward. You can choose to round your spine or go flat back. So whatever serves you best. Ooh, I feel my hamstrings back there talking. Take a big breath in. One more, take a big breath in. And exhale, return the spine back to the top. Roll the shoulders back. Two things. No wonder I'm hot. I just realized my fan isn't even on. Goodness. Okay. Now you have to be careful. This is why my mind thought it, because I'm going to reach up and I thought about the fan. All right. So we're going to go right arm up, right leg out. Okay. So you're going to reach an arm and a leg out. I'm going to reach your arms in, and then bring them in, and then reach the other ones out, and bring them in. So as you reach, think about the distance between pinky finger and pinky toe, because what we're trying to do is create as much length down the sides of our body as possible. I am keeping that foot on the floor. So this is not about balance. It's about lengthening through those side muscles. All the way up, I hope, through your armpit and into your arm, you can feel this. All the way from your hip to your pinky finger. One more each way. We're practicing taking up space here, because when we get on the floor, it's going to change. So let's do so. Let's get down onto our mats. Make sure that your weight is handy. All right, it seems a little questionable whether or not we'll actually remain on our mats, but it's okay. Hopefully you have a carpet or something that will be okay for you when you leave your mat. All right, so coming down into this position, good. We're gonna get a little bit more into lumbar spine before we really start traveling here. All right, so into the lumbar spine we go. Arms are down, and you're gonna peel that spine up. When you get to the top, you're thinking of lengthening through your knees. So we talked about this at the Saturday class outdoors. If I could pull you from your knees and draw you, right, you'd be kind of rocking away. So draw yourself longer through those knees. And then glide the spine down. Taking a breath in, and take that spine up. So from here, we're going to drop the left bun, tap the mat. Notice how that just twisted my whole spine. And then level those buns. Now drop the right one. Pick up, drop the left. Pick up, drop the right. Pick up, drop the left. Pick up, drop the right, pick up, drop the left, pick up, one more, dropping the right, come to center. Here we go. Make sure your feet are about a fist width apart for this one. You're gonna take your left leg up. As both of my buns come to the mat, I lower my leg. As both of my buns come up, I lift the leg. Lower and lift. The lift is all about how hard I can push into my right foot and squeeze everything on the back of my right leg to help me get those hips up. And of course, we only have one side working. It's more challenging. Up we go. Now, can you take your leg out to the left and then pick it back up? Push those hands down. Out to the left. Pick it back up. Woo! One more. Out to the left. Pick it back up. And then set the hips down. Lower the left leg. Hang in there. Right leg is up. Okay, now quick back up. Put both of your feet down. Make sure they're fist width apart. Now do not move your left foot. Keep it right where it's at. Right leg to the ceiling. Pick the hips up. Hips come down, leg comes down. Hips up, leg up. Hips down, leg down. Up, down. Up, down. Two more. Up, down, stay up. Push into those hands, open the leg out to the right, bring it back in. Open it up, woo, bring it back in. One more, open it up, bring it back in, and everything comes down. Nice job, reach those arms and legs out. And then open arms and legs. So we're kind of in that star shape. So a little bit of width here. All right, so from this position now, you're gonna take your right hand and reach it to the ceiling. I want you to imagine you're like a marionette puppet, and you've got a string hook to all of your limbs. So your puppeteer lifted your right hand, and then the puppeteer lifted your right foot, but there's a limpness to your leg. So you've got that bent knee. And now you're gonna keep rolling to the best of your ability to get onto your side. Puppeteer still has my body on my right side. And then I'm gonna roll onto my back. So I've got my knee and hand to the ceiling. And I get yanked up onto my side and roll back. One more, hold up and roll back. And then roll, they let me go. Take your right or left hand rather up, left knee. I'm gonna roll away from you. And we're gonna roll to that side and roll on our backs. And roll to the side and roll on our backs. Hope you're using lots of waist here. Roll to your side and roll on your back. And whoop, limbs go down. Arms are gonna stay as they are. Slide that right heel towards you so the right knee is bent. All right, so push into your right foot to help rotate you. And then lower back down. Now our hands are still wide. So just notice when I push to you, my right hand stays behind me. So I'm getting that massive stretch again from right pinky finger all the way down through my right thigh and knee. Feels wonderful. And then come back. One more, push, 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 push. Maybe it doesn't seem like it relates, but this is gonna hook right back into our bridge. You'll see how it changes it. So right now we're opening all this, which affects our bridging. And then coming back. Right leg goes straight, left knee bends. Arms stay out here wide. And I push, keeping my left arm behind me and reaching it. Woo, I get that stretch nicely all the way through my arm, my armpit, my side, my hip, my thigh, into my knee. And then gliding back and push to open. Keep pressing those hips forward. And rocking back. One more, press, push those hips forward, reaching through the fingertips. And gliding back. Hands back down by the sides, both knees are bent. Now push your hips right up to the ceiling. So if you look my way, what I want you to recognize is we could say, well, this is glute strength pushing us up. That's true. But if this is so tight on me, I don't have the ability to get past this tightness. No matter how much my buns want to try to muscle me through, you see, if this is short, where can I go? So we just did that wonderful opening, and I'm hoping what you experience now is as you push through your glutes, you actually can feel you have now come up higher because this isn't prohibiting you. So you've got to always think how the opposite, what we think is the opposite, always affects what we're trying to move and work. So taking those hips down, make sure your feet are the fist width apart. Good. The right foot is going to stay planted. Left leg comes up. Now let's see how this feels different. Press into the foot, leg and hip up, and then down, and up, down, and up. Really working that right glute. Up, one more. Take it up, stay there. Reach your arms overhead. Woo, that's a little harder. Now bend the knee, open the knee. Whoa, can you try to get that thigh toward the floor, Mercy? Bring it back up and lengthen it. Bend the knee, turn. It's like I'm trying to lay my thigh down on the mat. Oh boy, and not fall down. And back up and lift. You can always put your foot on the floor and just drop your knee side to side. Ooh. Stay right there. Hover, 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 hover. And bring the leg in, set it down. Hips lower. You would not want to do only one side of those because it feels very lopsided. Arms come back down. Feet fist width apart. Glue the left one down. Take the right one and lengthen it. Now we go up, hips and legs, and down. Hips and legs up and down. Up and down. Two more. Up and down. Last one, take it up. Bend the knee. Reach those arms overhead. Now see if you can turn to try to lay that thigh down. Ooh, this side's harder. And back up. Can you turn to try to lay your right thigh down? Ah, back up. And turn. Try to lay that thigh down. Hover, 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 hover. Pull it back in. Up. And take everything down. Woo, a couple of those rotations. My hamstrings were talking. All right. So taking those arms all the way out to your sides. So we're making a T shape in our body. Okay. So from our T shape here, we're going to let both arms come up and come together. And now I want you to keep in mind, this is going to be mentally a little challenging for some of us, because me included. If my marionette string was hooked at my chest, maybe you kind of think sternum. That's where I want you to go with this. So hands are together. When our arms open to the sides, our palms will be on the floor. Arms come up together. And then now when the arms go out to the sides and the palms go toward the floor, I'm going to let my hands push a little bit, and I'm going to imagine that marionette string lifts me from my sternum. So as I'm getting pulled here, my back arches, my eye gaze goes back, and then the marionette string lets me go. Arms come up. Arms go wide. You can go low or high. I always go high. Push those hands down, lifting up, 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 up. And lower down. Arms come up. So here's where you kind of get a stretch through your shoulder blades. And then arms come down. We push, sternum lifts. Reach through the toes. Lift your chest to the ceiling. And then lowering down. Just take your head and rock right to left. I'm wondering how many of you got really sweaty on that one. Because again, when it's full body, your body just responds with a different type of heat. Side to side. And then coming to center. We're gonna bend both legs, bringing our feet to the floor, and now just take the spine and very gently, you're drawing your low back into the mat and then creating a little arch. You could think of it as tailbone tucking and then tailbone reaching. You could use your pubic bone as your cue that it rocks away, and then the pubic bone rocks to the ribs. You could go in that direction. Awesome. Bring your feet together as well as your knees. And just drop your knees to one side and let your eyes look the other way. I'm wondering if you all can hear that. There's a birdie on my windowsill. Then let the legs go the other way and turning the eyes the other way. That's a lovely sound. And then coming back to center. So let's roll on a side. I don't think we have to choose. I think seeing each other would be the most important. So however that works best for you. Now we're going to go all the way down. So I'm going to use my arm as a headrest. You could put a pillow in there too. All right, so my knees are popped forward to all of you, but what I do know is that my spine is long. So if I was set up against a wall, I would feel my whole spine, right, with my obviously natural gaps, but I'm not curled forward. So open that chest up. All right, we're gonna take the whole right leg that is bent and lift it right up. So I'm trying to think even here, as far as lifting knee and foot. And that's different than, right, opening and external rotation. So open, close, open, close. Take that top arm up to the sky. And lift and lower, good. Lift and lower. Two more, lift and lower. Just keep that leg lifted. Now we are gonna go rotation. My knee will touch my knee, but my foot stayed up. Now I'm gonna go knee up and let my heels touch each other. So knees touch, heels touch, knees touch, heels touch. So some of you will also notice that this is not just gonna be hip work, but you're gonna feel it in your trunk because you have to work through here, right, to stay stable and not feel like you're gonna roll over. But the hip will be where most of the heat happens. Bring your knees together. Now we're just gonna treat it like it's a little trampoline, little jump, jump, jump. Our right knee is just bouncing off of our left. Lift, lift. Now you should feel really hot. Lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, stay there. Heel, knees, heels, knees, heels, knees. Last two, heels, knees. One more of each. Heel, knee, trampoline. Bounce, 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 bounce. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel free to stretch that side out a little bit. Get out the meat tenderizer. Oh yeah, I'm gonna feel those tomorrow when I'm walking the Wednesday hills of Grand Haven. Well, these are gonna be very awake, I guarantee you. All right, those knees are bent here again, arm is up. Good, so the difference is, take that top leg and just set the foot behind you. Now I'm really doing my best not to just roll backwards. It is a little challenging. Straighten that bottom leg that's in front. Okay, so you're gonna reach through your heel and you're gonna lift that bottom leg. I'm doing just a slight push into my back foot, but I'm really focused on my inner thigh here of this front long leg. Can you also ask your abdominals to work here? So it's not like your trunk is just on vacation and you're trying to hoist your leg up. Think of using your abs. Lift, lift, 3, 2, keep it lifted, little bounce, 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 4, 3, 2, 1, down, up, down, up, down, up. Keep it lifted here. We'll bounce to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. If you did not feel your inner thigh on the first set, I'm certain you felt that by the end. Both legs are going straight. Good. Because I do think those start and it's kind of like, well, I'm not sure that's going to get to it. Oh, it gets to it. Top hand on the floor. Legs are stacked. So we've got this this hand under our head, and that whole unit is going to lift and lower. And my goal is to narrow the gap between my rib and my hip. And that is absolutely true, but I actually want you to focus on the lower side. Can you think of the space you're creating underneath between your rib and hip? What's cool is your head actually gets that support, so bring that arm with you. Last 2. Last 1, come up there. Okay, hold it. Now your job is to take that hand off the floor, and can you hold? Can you try not to flop down on the floor? 3, 2, 1, done. Yep. All right, because I want to be able to see you, I'm going to just swing my legs to the other side. Let's get set up over here. All right, so arm is underneath the head. Spine is long, knees have popped forward. Okay, so just for starters, it's just a lift and lower. And at first, we're just checking in. We want to make sure that the hips can stay square to the best of our abilities. And when you feel okay there, just take that hand up when you don't need that feedback. All right, keep the leg lifted. Now it's all about rotating. We're going to touch our knees, then our heels. Knees, heels. If you don't feel confident about your rolling, just placing your hand here on your hip is so helpful because this stays, right? This pelvic girdle stays. We're just moving around the thigh bone. So I just want you to be mindful that you know where your body is in space, that you're not rocking to move your leg. Last 2. Heels, stop when it's knees. Here's our little tramp. Lift, lift, good, lift. Pulling up those abs, lift, lift, lift. Bouncing, 2 more, and bounce. Here we go. Heels, knees, heels, knees, heels, knees. 2 more. Last one, heels, knees, trampoline. Bounce, 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 bounce. Think heel to the ceiling or heel to the sky. Lift, 3, 2, 1, done. Little stretch wouldn't be all too bad. Oh yeah. All right, so this leg is gonna end up behind the other, and then I'm gonna straighten that bottom leg out. And I know for some of you, you've gotta find like your comfortable spot. I understand that you're sitting on this big complex area, and what will happen sometimes is people are like, it's so uncomfortable. Well, just roll off of that a little bit. You know, you gotta find your best spot. So reach through that bottom heel and the leg comes up and down, up and down. So we're focused on that inner thigh. We know it's going to show up here. Because at first I think this one is mild. It's kind of like rotator cuff work and then it just grabs you. Last 3, 2, stay up there, little jump, 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 jump. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down and up, down and up, down and up. We're doing 3 more. And lift, and lift. And stay up there. Here we go. Bounce, bounce, inner thigh, lift, lift. Let your inner thigh pull your arch to the sky. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Oh. Still a little of this, right? Because it's stabilizing. All right, taking that hand in front of us. Go ahead and bend your knees. All right, so we're gonna push through the hand and lift that upper body off the floor. If this feels better with your legs straight, you can certainly do it that way. I'm not gonna give you a right or wrong. I want you to focus on your trunk. How much space can you create between your rib and hip that's on the floor? How many of you can already feel, you can't show me by hand, but I can already feel how much more challenging this side is gonna be without my hand helping. So come on up there. So just start thinking, I don't wanna drop that hand to the floor. Oh, try to lift it off. And how much of you can stay off the floor up here? Not as much as the other side. 3, 2, 1, done. Woo! Go ahead and press yourself up to a seated position. Very good. All right, I'm gonna make just a little minor adjustment here for where we're going. Oh, now, I will say, if any of you have done work on either the chair, like side step, or off of the box on the reformer and your foot's in the strap and you lean over and come up, those are 2 clear times, excuse me, where we can feel how one side just communicates so much differently. Like one side will just connect. You know, we'll be in that position and it's like, oh yeah, I can get there. Then we go to the other side and it may take us like 3 or 4 of our mind body to like really start figuring it out. So that last one we did sideline was a real representation of that, as you could possibly feel what I did. On one side, the idea of lifting seems really like, yeah, I'm there. And you took me to my other side, and as I lifted, it's like, oh, I'm really relying on that hand. Like this side just isn't as quick to kick in. So we're just gonna go right to the center here in the seated position, so you can just really get that both sides to start firing hopefully pretty evenly. Legs are out in front of you. If it's not a good fit, it's totally fine. Bend your knees, open your legs. I don't really care, I just want you sitting on your rump, okay? All right, arms are out. You're gonna let your legs do what your legs need to do. Arms are out. Now I'm gonna turn, let's all go left for my cueing purposes. Everyone go left, and you're gonna bring your hands to the mat, and I'm gonna actually just let my butt kind of lift off and bend my arms. And now I'm gonna push up and sit right back on my buns, however you need to do that. Go to the right, arms bend, butt lifts, and push up. Left, arms bend, push up. To the right, arms bend, push up. Now I want you to use less and less arms. Go to the left. Now start thinking, abs bring me up. Over to the other side, my arms bend, and then abs. So I gently make the same motion with my hands, but when I start to come up, I don't just push myself off the floor. I let my arms straighten and I let my abs, you can hear it in my voice, try to take me. We're gonna do 3 more. Don't rush, just go the speed your body needs to feel that connection to your waistline. And One more. And up. That should have felt like more work. Both legs are going to go to one side. Doesn't matter which. If your feet went right, you're going to put your left hand down. Your feet went left, put your right hand down. All right, up and over. Give your side body that stretch. And then turn your chest to the floor. Oh, yes. And then open your chest back up to me. And then up you come. Grab that outside shin and head the other way. I'm just reaching over here. Woo, that's a decent stretch out there through the armpit. And then I'm going to take that upper arm and also try to bring it towards my shin and turn. Again, you're going to make this what it is you need. I'm just giving you a guideline. And then opening to that side. We're going right back up and over. One more time. Reach. You can come down to your elbow if that feels best. And then rotate. Oh, can't quite get on both my elbows there. Oh, that feels so good. Opening back to center, up and over. Here's where you use your abs. Left. Grab that outer shin and just head up. Reaching. Rotate. Taking a breath in. Opening to the side one more time. And then arms come out. You're going to stay right where you are. So again, if your legs went right, you're going to lean left and vice versa. So I'm going to lean away from my feet, trying to keep my feet down, but I'm not touching. I'm just getting really close. And then up you come. So you're going to flirt with it. You want to head to the side and try to get as close as you can with your fingers to the floor, and then use your waist to come back up. So heading over to that side. It's like I can feel my fingertips lightly on the mat, but I'm not going to use it. And up I come. One more. Lean. Keep those knees down. Now can you turn your chest like we practiced? Oh, boy, without using your hands, but catch yourself if necessary. And then come back up. We'll do one more. Lean to the side. Rotate. My talking doesn't help me any. Rotate. Can your chest get closer to the floor without falling? Oh, back up. Oh, swing your legs to the other side. Now, some of you, I mean, you can put your hand down and just keep it light. You get the idea, right? You're trying to get into your trunk and not just use the weight of your hands. All right, so we need to go through the whole series. My legs went left, so my right hand goes down, and I'm going to stretch. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then rotate, chest towards the floor. So in this case, I came back up on my straight arms again. So I can't rotate that far, get on both elbows. It's not quite as comfortable. Opening your chest back to me. Excellent. We come up and over. Here's a good chance. Start warming up for where we're going. And then holding onto that leg and reaching. I use a little pull here. And then we're going to rotate as able. Let your breath move. And then opening back to center. Over we go. Oh boy, I can feel that side's going to be more challenging. And rotate. Opening back up. Up we come. Think abs, abs, abs. Grab that leg. Opening your right side, right or left, right? Focusing here. Rotate. Oh, we're all going to feel a little taller from this today. And then opening back and coming to center. All right, so we're gonna head over to that side. So I'm gonna lean over. Try not to touch try not to use my hand. Now I can already tell you on this side, this leg wants to jump up so quick to help me. Oh, if you touch, that's all right. Come back up. Good, let's try one more time. Leaning over. Try not to touch. And up you come. Woo! All right, yeah. Some of you are feeling, right? It's here, it gets in your hip flexor because this can't do it. So your body's like recruiting anything possible. That's why I said my leg will start to come up. So head over and then can you rotate? Oh my gosh. I might need to put a finger on the floor on this side. Okay, I've rotated. I'm gonna take my hand off the floor. We'll see what happens. And then come back to center. Mercy. We have a dysfunctional left side. All right, leaning into it. Rotate, rotate. Oh, and come back up. Nice job. Keep your legs up in front of you. And we're just gonna let them go side to side. Some of you notice how one hip is tighter, right? It doesn't let that whole fluid motion happen. That's what you were seeing in myself. And some of you got that same reaction on, you were on the same side as me. So it was like the left hip started just gripping like so much to try to compensate for our lack of being able to use our trunk as efficiently in that position as we wanted to. And sometimes when those hip muscles are just tighter like that, they show off in ways we prefer they wouldn't. Awesome job. So just loosening into those hips. Great. And just coming on up. Good. That was awesome. All right, so we're going to use our weight finally. We're really using it for more ab stimulation today. So grab that. We're going to head onto our back sides. I want you to keep in mind that the weight can be used in two ways. It can be used as a helper, and it can also be used to make it harder. So you're the only one in charge of that. I'll give you the cues for both. So as you come to lay on your back, you're going to take the ball up into your right hand, and we're going to place our left hand behind our head. So we get a little cervical support here. All right, so here's how it goes. Most of you know, but as a good reminder, if the ball is leading me here and the ball is being the leader, it's making my job easier. If I think of moving from my rib cage, then the ball is going to linger behind me. Therefore, it makes my abs work harder. So as we get going here, kind of keep thinking of what you're choosing to make as the leader of your movement, okay? All right, so left hand is behind your head. Arm is out to the right side of the room. Right arm that is. All right, so we're gonna start taking our chest up into a mini sit-up, and I have taken my right arm and floated it off of the floor, and then I go down. So my chest comes up and down. I'm just thinking of that arm floating with me. So my arm again is not leading, it's following. Last two. Last one, staying up in that flow. Now I'm gonna let my rib cage start turning and I let the ball come with me. And then I come out of the turn and I stay in my float. My rib cage turns and then my rib cage faces the ceiling. Turns and faces. Now if you need a helper, bring the ball out over with you, right? That would be helpful. If you want more challenge, Let the ball stay over on the right side of your body. Last two. Final one, come into that rotation, lift the left knee. You're gonna touch the weight to the knee, and then arm and leg reach away, and they touch. Notice that my rib cage is still slightly turned towards all of you, right? So I've stayed in that little rotation. My eye gaze is drifting off to the side, following the rib cage. Last two. Last one, touch. Reach those limbs out. Now, can you reach that left arm out behind you? Push through your right foot. We were here earlier. Push, push, but then can you come to balance? Bend that knee, set the foot behind you, roll back, support your head. Touch, reach, touch, reach, touch, reach. Last one, touch. Both arms reach, push into your foot. Can you find side lying balance? Bend that top leg, set your foot behind you, roll back, support your head. Final one, stay in your rotation. Tap, reach, tap, reach, tap, reach. Last one, tap, both arms reach, push into the foot, find your side line. Can you balance right there? Put your bottom hand on the floor, your palm. Push into your palm, lift your armpit off the floor. Push into that arm, get elevated here. Nice job, stay up there. Take that top leg a little higher. Push into the floor a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Bend that top leg, put your toe on the floor, and let it assist you all the way back down. The ball is going in the left hand. Those knees are bent. Right hand's behind your head. All right, so taking the ball to the side, we're going to just start with our mini sit-ups. So this is awesome work going right into that waist stuff we were working on, where we feel those discrepancies. So let your chest do the work and let that weight out there provide a little bit more challenge. Last two. Last one, float up. Now I'm going to rotate my chest to the right, and I'm just letting that ball stay over there on my left. And then I come to center and rotate. Center, rotate. Remember, you can make the ball the leader. If that just even mentally works better for you, bring the ball across the midline, go right ahead. Last two. Last one, stay in the rotation. Bring your right leg to tabletop and touch the ball to the leg, and then open, touch, open, touch, open, touch, open. One more, touch, open. Reach the other arm behind you. I'm gonna roll away from you. Push, 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 push. See if you can find that side balance. And then bend that top leg, touch the floor, helping you roll back, support your head. And touch, reach, touch, reach. Stay in your little rotation. Just a little baby one. Reach all ends out. Push and find your side balance position. And that top leg, find the back. Rolling back. Final one, touch, reach. Find that little rotation. Two more. Final one. Reach, 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 reach. All limbs go into that sideline. Woo! Already able to get my backside. Push your palm into the floor and press to lift a little higher or stay on your elbow. Lift that top leg. 3, 2, 1. Bend the top leg. Find the floor. Rolling on to your backs. Good. Optional, but suggested, put the ball between your knees. I know some of you are using different types of weights, so if that's not comfortable, you don't have to use it, okay? Oh, both hands behind your head. So I'm giving some squeeze to that weight there, and I'm gonna lift my chest to center. And this is just a float. And now I want to keep my spine in the same shape, and I'm going to lift my legs to tabletop. So maintain the shape of the spine, let the legs go down and up. I do not want to feel any fluctuation in my low back. So when my legs go down, I'm trying not to arch my back and then flatten my back as my legs come up. Try to keep it the same. 2 to go. Last one. Set the feet down. Good. Add your little rotation going to one side. Hopefully you're shaking. Stay there. Let the legs come up and down. Up and down. 2 more. Up and down. Final one. Up and down. Come right through the middle. Slight rotation the other way. And up and down. Don't change your spine. You've created the shape. Now just move your legs to challenge yourself. Final one. Up and feet go down. Come back to the center float and lower down. Ooh, that'll wake your arms up real fast. All right, taking the weight away, set it aside. Go ahead and reach your legs out. Reach your arms out. Just giving yourself a nice big breath. Then one knee, push into that foot, and roll yourself right on over. Please do, you'll want to get on your mat, and that's okay. You can kind of shimmy yourself over there. And everybody's going to be up onto their elbows. And I just pressed my palms together. All right. So in this position, I first want you to let your chest fall between the shoulders, and then push to lift your chest away. So it's considered a sternum drop and push to lift. Drop, push to lift. And then we kind of recognize, oh yeah, when I'm in that drop, that's kind of just this lazy position, right, where I'm not really working for that. We want to avoid that and really get here kicking, right, your serratus muscles. So push and stay there. Now I'm going to keep pressing, but I'm going to let my right arm slide forward, not touching anymore. And then I'm going to slide it back. I'm going to make sure I press firmly on the right so I can slide the left out. And then come back. Slide the right out. Come back. Slide the left out. Come back. I hope you're starting to feel how your opposite side buttocks is the crisscross support here. Just like doing crisscross abs, this is the back side of all of our crisscross work. One more on the left. Good. Keep pushing. Sorry, my hair is tickling my nose. Keep pushing into those elbows. And now I'm just going to lift my right elbow out to the side and slide it back in. Lift my left elbow up to the side. Slide it back in. Keep pushing into the floor so that when that arm slides in, it goes right into place. I hope you're starting to feel what's happening in your back. Again, feeling all of the musculature along the spine. One more to the right. Stay right here. Reach it forward, back to the side. Forward, back to the side. Forward, back to the side. Stay with me. You're going to start rolling your hips so that you're on your side, on your elbow. Reach that top arm up to the ceiling. Push into your feet. Lift your hip off the floor. You're in side plank on your elbow. Drop the hip down. Roll right back onto your stomachs. I'll go real fast because I know some of you had to turn with your back to me. So, right, just all it took us was from here to here to here. Okay, that was the motion. Left arm goes out. Turn. lift, lower, turn. We're going back to the right. Lift the right arm, rotate open, lift, lower, rotate back. Left arm lifts first, then rotate. Lift, lower, and turn. One more each way. Right arm out, rotate, lift, lower, and turn. Left arm out, and rotate, lift, lower, and turn. Place both hands on the mat. Elbows are still touching. Some of you will prefer to stay right here, and that's a-okay. I want you to really let your collarbones begin to lift though. And then if it's comfortable in your spine, you'll push through your hands and lift the chest. So just get that nice stretch in your abdomen. And then gliding your way down. We're going to push back into that resting pose, hips to heels. Oh, yes. Take one arm and dive it underneath. A little twist, thread the needle. And then drawing that arm back up. Dive the other arm underneath. And then drawing it back out. One last time, press your heels and hips together. Big breath into your upper back. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Walking your way out. Find hands and knees. We're just going to give ourselves a little rock side to side. Just stay far enough forward that you're putting some positive tension into those wrists. Letting them work a bit here. This is about all we're asking of them today. If you haven't already seen the blog post that went up for today, take a glance at it because it's what I refer to as 30-30-30. So it's 30 minutes of movement, something you love, get your heart rate up. 30 push-ups, Emmy's style, right? Like there is a photo of Renee doing her push-ups in her boot on a wall. You have no excuses, folks. Something to just work on that feeling of pushing yourself away from gravity, okay? And then 30 seconds of intentional breathing. So you're gonna really hit most of those marks today in class, but I would encourage you to circle back and later get 30 push-ups any way you want them in. All right, so that will then be your wrist work later in the day. So find a comfortable position for yourself on your back side. If you like your knees bent, feel free to keep them that way. If legs straight feels fine, go for it. And we're going to just place our arms near our hips with our palms open to the ceiling. And we're going to go for those intentional breaths here. So I would love for you to inhale through your nose and firmly exhale out your mouth. And what that means is you're going to exhale until there's nothing left, like truly feeling there's nothing left, knowing your next inhale is right around the corner. So take it slow and feel like you're going to breathe into that belly. As you inhale, you're going to take every little sip of breath through your nose you can possibly take to fill up every little nook and cranny of your tummy. Because we know that draws the diaphragm down. And as you exhale, you're going to breathe every last morsel out, envisioning your body getting flat like a pancake because there's not another little bit of exhale you could get rid of. And then You get to take that full inhale. So I'm not going to cue you on when, because everybody will find they kind of have to get their own rhythm with this. If I rush you, you'll just start feeling like you're hyperventilating. So I don't want that for you. So I'm just asking, can you explore your comfort level in taking in as much inhale as possible and exhaling as much as possible? Some of you will find it actually gets you a little worried for a moment, because it's almost as desperate, like, oh my gosh, I have to take a breath. And I want you to recognize, like, you're the one in control. So you don't need to be concerned about when that next breath is coming. Let yourself calm down. Try to see how much of that exhale you can get rid of. And then slowly let yourself fill that tummy back up with your breath. So just giving yourself a few rounds, exploring how much you can take in and how much you're willing to let go. Then let yourself just come back to what would feel like a more natural inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So we're just using that elongated, intentional breath to really exercise the diaphragm. We need that diaphragm to stay nice and healthy. It is a muscle. Directly affects our deep core. It is a part of it, 1/4 of the deep core. And we don't want that shallow, unhealthy breathing. We want to be able to draw in as much breath as possible when we need to. So now, can you take your intention a little different? As you inhale now at your comfortable level, and if you want to explore the deeper breaths, you go right ahead, but that you're filling your lungs on the back side primarily. So as I breathe in, I feel how my lungs are filling into my mat. And I feel that contact get stronger and stronger. And when I exhale, the contact just gets softer to my mat. So imagine really getting into the back side, expanding the lungs into the mat, out to the sides, and exhale. And give yourself a few here. Changing it from the belly breath to really expanding, getting into those back lungs. Now let yourself again just return to what feels best. Check in with your body, seeing that there's not an area that you're holding tight unnecessarily. I want you to relax your scalp. The space between your eyes, behind your ears. Soften your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Take your last few intentional breaths to set your intention for the day.
When you're ready, you can roll to your side. That's pretty cozy. And then push yourself up when you're ready. If you have to scoot, I wish you a wonderful day.